Patricia Romberg was born on September 15, 1953, in Vienna, Austria, during a period when European cinema was flourishing with innovative approaches to storytelling. Details about her early life are sparse, but it is known that she trained and worked as a medical assistant before entering the mature film industry. Her background in healthcare showcased her initial ambitions in a completely different field, indicating that her entry into cinema was not pre-planned but rather serendipitous. Vienna, known for its cultural and intellectual vibrancy, likely influenced her artistic inclinations. The 1970s were also a time of social and sexual revolution in Europe, with taboos breaking down and media exploring themes previously considered controversial. This cultural context may have played a role in shaping her path. Entry into the mature film industry. Romberg's transition into the mature film world was largely due to her relationship with Hans Billion, a prominent German filmmaker known for his work in erotic cinema. Billion, who had a reputation for blending narrative depth with explicit content, saw potential in Romberg's natural charisma and screen presence. Patricia made her debut in 1975, and her initial roles were small, yet they highlighted her unique ability to combine sensuality with a relatable charm. Unlike many of her contemporaries, Romberg brought a sense of authenticity to her performances, which resonated with audiences. In 1976, Romberg starred in what would become her most iconic role, Josephine Mutzenbacher, in the film Sensational Janine, Josephine Mutzenbacher, YSIE Wirklich War. The movie was loosely based on an anonymous 1906 Viennese novel detailing the life of a fictional courtesan in 19th-century Vienna. Romberg's portrayal of Janine was groundbreaking. She embodied the character with a mix of innocence and sensuality, making her relatable yet alluring. The film's narrative approach, blending humor, drama, and eroticism, set it apart from other mature films of the era. Romberg's performance was praised for its depth, a rare feat in the genre, and the movie became a massive commercial success in Germany and other parts of Europe. This role established Patricia Romberg as a significant figure in European mature cinema and brought her international recognition. Critics noted her ability to elevate the material beyond its explicit nature, turning it into a character-driven piece of storytelling. Following the success of Sensational Janine, Romberg appeared in several other films directed by Hans Billion, including short loops and full-length features. Some of her notable works include Josephine Mutzenbacher 2, a sequel to her iconic debut, continuing the story of Janine. Erotic short loops, popular in the 1970s, these were shorter films often shown in private screenings. Her filmography, though relatively small, left an indelible mark on the industry. Unlike many actresses of her time, Romberg was selective about her roles, ensuring they aligned with Billion's vision. This exclusivity added to her mystique and cemented her reputation as one of the more respected performers of her generation. Romberg's career in the mature film industry was short-lived, spanning approximately 4 years, 1975 to 1979. Her decision to leave was influenced by a desire to return to a more private life. After parting ways with Hans Billion, both personally and professionally, she chose not to continue acting. The reasons for her retirement were multifaceted. The mature film industry in the late 1970s faced increased scrutiny, and many performers struggled with societal judgment. Romberg, having achieved iconic status, likely wanted to preserve her legacy without overextending her career. After leaving the spotlight, Patricia Romberg reportedly returned to her work in healthcare, a field she had trained in before her film career. She eventually relocated to Switzerland, where she has maintained a low profile. Her decision to step away from public life reflects a stark contrast to her on-screen persona, emphasizing her desire for privacy and normalcy. Despite her withdrawal from the public eye, Romberg remains a subject of interest for fans and cinema historians. Her brief yet impactful career continues to be discussed in academic and popular circles, particularly in the context of 1970s European cinema. Cultural significance. Patricia Romberg's contribution to cinema extends beyond her performances. She became a symbol of the changing attitudes toward sexuality and censorship in the 1970s. Films like Sensational Janine played a pivotal role in challenging societal norms and redefining what mature cinema could achieve. Her work has also been analyzed for its narrative approach. Unlike many mature films of the era, Romberg's movies often incorporated strong storylines and well-developed characters. This narrative focus helped bridge the gap between mainstream and mature cinema, making her films accessible to a broader audience. Although her time in the spotlight was brief, Patricia Romberg left a lasting impression on European cinema. Her role as Josefine Mutzenbacher remains iconic, and the film is often cited as a classic of its genre. In retrospect, Romberg's career is a testament to the unique intersection of artistry and controversy. She represents a time when boundaries were being pushed, and her work continues to be celebrated for its authenticity and cultural impact. Today, Patricia Romberg is regarded as a trailblazer in her field, remembered not just for her performances but also for the way she navigated a challenging and often stigmatized industry with grace and integrity. Patricia Romberg, born on September 15, 1953, in Vienna, Austria, is a former Austrian mature film actress recognized for her impactful work during the mid to late 1970s. Romberg was originally working as a medical assistant before entering the mature film industry through her relationship with German director Hans Billion. Her debut in the industry was in 1975, in Bienenstück im Liebesnest, which marked Germany's first hardcore mature feature, though her role was softcore even within this film. Her most famous role came in 1976 with Josefine Mutzenbacher, YSIE Wirklich War, Teal, translated as Sensational Janine, where she portrayed Josephine Mutzenbacher, a character inspired by a fictional Viennese madam. The film became one of the most successful mature films to cross into international markets and is often regarded as a classic in its genre. Critic Jim Holliday described it as one of the best and most accurate depictions of its source material. Romberg's other notable works include Kosimir der Kuckuckskleber and several other films and loops directed by Billion, exploring diverse themes, including some of the earliest interracial mature films in Germany. Despite her fame, her career was relatively short-lived, spanning from 1975 to 1979. After parting ways with Billion in 1978, she retired from acting and returned to her prior medical profession. Her contribution to the mature film industry remains a significant part of her legacy, as her performances and films are still referenced in discussions of pioneering mature cinema. Patricia Romberg's career in mature cinema was brief but impactful, lasting from 1975 to 1979. After her relationship with Hans Billion ended in 1978, she chose to leave the industry and return to her original profession in healthcare. This decision reflects her multifaceted personality, as someone who could seamlessly transition between vastly different career paths. Although Romberg retired from the industry decades ago, her contributions to mature cinema continue to be recognized. Her films are considered classics, often cited in discussions about the evolution of erotic filmmaking and the portrayal of sexuality on screen. Her role in Josefine Mutzenbacher remains a cultural touchstone, representing both the potential and the controversies of mature cinema during its formative years. For those interested in learning more about Patricia Romberg's life and career, resources such as industry retrospectives, film databases, and academic studies on the history of mature cinema provide additional context. Her work exemplifies the intersection of art, controversy, and societal change in 20th century Europe.